Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Karuna Satarnekar, Associate Professor at SCRT and now in charge for PARAK, that is National Achievement Survey. I hope you all are doing well, and we have invited you all for this live session because we want to give you all some instructions regarding this achievement survey which is happening on 4th December. And I would like all of you all, if you all have any query, any questions regarding the daily questions, weekly practice, which we are sending to the teachers in the channel, if you all have any doubts, you may please write it in the chat box so that we can answer you all. Because here, since it is YouTube live channel happening, your voice I cannot hear, or here we cannot hear it, but we will answer your queries once you write it on the chat. If you are able to hear me properly, if you are getting my message, please write in the chat box that yes, you can hear us. Okay, so I will start with the things what we have already told the high school headmasters, the heads of the schools and the teachers and ADEIs. On 18, we had a meeting with them, and now we wanted to meet the primary heads, all the in charge teachers and the teachers who are teaching at primary level. We are going to have National Achievement Survey that is called as PARAK 2024 this year on 4th December. And in this, grade 3, grade 6 and grade 9 children will be answering this test. Like earlier we had, but earlier the grades were different. But this time it is grade 3, grade 6 and grade 9. So for that, at SCRT, we thought that we should give some practice to the students so that they are used to this type of questions. And mostly these questions are MCQ, multiple choice questions have been given in the subject English, Maths, EVS, and the other mediums also, that is in Konkani and Marathi. So, but from center we receive help only for English and not for Konkani and Marathi. So we have experts sitting over here. They do the questions in Konkani and Marathi also. For that, for NES, now we don't know which schools will be selected, which area will be selected by the center. But here at Goa, we want everyone to be ready. So we are targeting all schools this time for mock test and weekly practice and for daily questions also. So some of the teachers and some of the heads of the primary schools all over Goa must have joined the channel number for grade 3. And there we are sharing the questions to be practiced every day since Monday. That is from 23rd of September. We have already started sharing questions to be solved in the classroom so that our children get used to this type of questions. And main more basic objective of this is to get rid of the anxiety. When children have anxiety during examination, they may do wrong answering. So to remove that anxiety so that they get used to answering questions, solving questions, we are making this effort. And my dear teachers and head of primary section, I would like you all to support us in this particular activity which is happening now. Some of the schools were selected earlier for mock test, which happened on 4th September. All schools were not selected because we wanted to see how it is happening. When mock test happened, all the schools which were selected by SCRT participated, but the result was not that good. So to have a good result at national level, we thought like we should give this guidance and practice to all the students, because as I said earlier, we don't know which schools will be selected by NES, by center. So let all our students be ready to answer this MCQ question. For that, we need your support so that our children are ready for the examination. First thing, we are sending daily questions on WhatsApp channel. So you have to be a part of that. You have to be member of WhatsApp channel. Already around 1,000 people are member. They have come and join our WhatsApp channel for grade 3. So those who are there, the teachers dealing with different subjects, the heads of primary section, can join and get the daily questions which we are sharing. We have started sharing this from Monday, that is from 23rd of September. Today also the questions have gone. Tomorrow we are going to have weekly practice. That is a question paper we are sending, hard copy we are sending with the ADEIs. So respective ADEI blocks, they will get the papers today. They are here with us today, ADEIs. We will send the papers with them and kindly make a arrangement to collect the papers, because one ADEI cannot go to all the schools. If you are not able to get the papers by morning by 10 or 9 o'clock, you will get it by afternoon at least. You can have the test tomorrow, or that free hand we are giving to the school, you can have the test on Saturday also, because this is just a practice test we are giving, so that children get used to this type of question, this MCQ questions, and that anxiety of the children goes away. Of course, with the help of the teachers and with the help of the heads of the schools, we want this activity to happen. I know you all will say so many circulars are coming, so many things are coming, so many activities have to be done in the school. But here, this is a question of our students, our children, and question of state of Goa. We want state of Goa to do well this time. The result should be good. We here at SCRT, the team sits together. We frame the questions, we frame the options, MCQs, and then vetting is done, and then only the questions are shared. But dear teachers and head of the schools, I would like to request you all, if you all feel that you all can also contribute in sharing some questions up to the level of your children, you feel the question which are shared by us are very high, then you can frame some questions, send it to us, and we will go through the questions and see if it is okay. Then we can also put those questions in daily questions and weekly practice also. So this will help us to know the level of the students also, because sometimes we feel that okay, grade 3 child has to know this, but sometimes it doesn't happen, and we feel that okay, this child is not able to understand. So kindly cooperate with us, and let us all together try to uplift the education level of Goa. Because when we see, when our children, they go for answering some competitive exams, they are not able to do it properly, or they are not to that level. So from primary, if we start giving them some baby questions, giving them some practice of answering MCQs, definitely in future they will do well. So here at primary level, we have seen children are doing very well in languages, in English, in Konkani, in Marathi. But when they go higher up, the result comes down. But if the base is very strong, the foundation becomes strong, then definitely at the secondary level also they will do well, at college level also they will do well, and at the competitive exams also they will do well. So this will be a continuous process for us of solving the questions, because we here at SCRT whole team will provide you all with different types of MCQ questions which will really help our children to do well. So this was from us. So get ready for tomorrow. We are sending the papers with ADEIs. So you can contact ADEIs for the papers. As I said, if you don't receive the papers by 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, of course you can have this examination on Saturday. You can try it out. So all the instructions will follow in the channel. So the teachers who have not joined, or the heads who have not joined, you feel that this person doesn't know anything, guide them also, or you can give our numbers to them. We will guide them. It's no problem. Teachers, if you all have any questions, any queries, please write in the chat. We will try to answer these questions. With me, I have my team. Saish Dalal sir is sitting here. Poonam madam is sitting here. Experts for the subjects. If you all have any doubts, we are here to answer. We didn't want to call you all physically because I know it is very difficult to travel all the way to Porvorim. That's why we had this VC, and with VC, it becomes easier because we can interact with each other, that technology is helping us. So that's why we had PC, and particularly for just for 45 minutes, so that we can interact and solve your questions, your doubts. Any difficulty, you may just write it in the box. We will try to answer.
Dear teachers, so I'll just take a few minutes and speak about daily questions, weekly test and the mock test that we are planning. So in the daily questions, what we expect is that we are sending one or two questions per subject. That is for languages, for maths and for science. And for ninth standard, we will soon be starting with social science as well. And for third and sixth, the subjects are called world around us and not EVS for science. So based on that, we are sending the questions to you on the WhatsApp channels. Now, how to go about solving it? We here at SCRT, we definitely or regularly take feedback from the schools, looking at how they are for what process they are following to solve the daily questions. And it is come to our notice that sometimes the school is declaring a zero period wherein one entire hour is spent on discussing the daily questions, or the school teachers are sending it on the WhatsApp group for the students to discuss. So there are multiple ways which are adopted by the schools, which again we would just try to recommend ideal way that in which you can do it, which is when the question is sent per subject, only one question is sent. So if the subject teacher, who is the language teacher or the math teacher or the science teacher, if or the EVS, whichever you all prefer, if that teacher could just solve that one question during their own period, then it won't take a lot of time, because doing the entire daily questions together and then asking the students to write it on their book or giving additional things would rather be time consuming, and it would again hinder the process on a regular basis. So if it is distributed and if one teacher has to solve just one question in the class, that will make it easier. Now about weekly test, even though word is a test, but it is more of a cooperative or collaborative exercise that we are expecting from the students. It is not about how high they score or whether they are giving perfect answer or not, but purposely for this time we have given the papers in such a way that it is one paper for two students. So on a bench there will be just one paper, and the students who are sitting on the bench, they have to solve it in pairs. So the intention behind this is they will be able to discuss with each other correct or how theoretically you are going, but it is the process that is involved of discussion, of working together and getting ideas of how one question can be tackled in multiple ways. So that is the intention of the weekly test. So as madam rightly said, we are distributing the papers today. So if you get the papers by tomorrow, you can conduct your test tomorrow, or if not, you can do it on Saturday. Now again, the time limit for the test and all the instructions are specified, so you can just adhere to them and conduct the test. A mock test, which just like the one which happened on 4th of September, another one of a mock test is scheduled in the month of October, which will be around 11th or 12th of October. The details of the same will also be conveyed to you in a through channels, WhatsApp channels, or via emails. So kindly keep an eye for that as well. Thank you.
Yes,
Question. Can we read the question for the children of class 3? Yeah, actually they can.
Practice.
Unit.
There was a question from Ivona that can we read the questions to the students? Of course, this is a practice. You can read it. If children are able to read it on their own and solve it, very good. If they're not able to understand, please read it to them, show them, discuss with them how to solve it, how to select the MCQs. This discussion has to happen in the classroom. Children are doing well with daily question. They enjoy it eagerly. They wait whose answer will be correct. Thank you all so much. Such a lovely comment we are getting. Thank you very much, Madam Sienna Barreto, for this lovely comment that children are enjoying. This shows the commitment of the teachers and the head of the schools. Actually, we want our children to do well. As teachers, always want our children to do well. So here is one message which we got from the teacher. Are we following the old EVS book or the new for standard 3? Ma'am, ma'am, here there is no syllabus or no textbook to be followed. Whatever is available, the syllabus which is available or whatever the students have studied, based on that the questions will be asked. We also don't have any syllabus over here. Based on the level of the students, what they have studied, their previous knowledge, their future knowledge, based on that the questions are asked. It is mostly like general knowledge, and if students are able to read and again here we want, just now like Sai Dalal sir said, that students have to do it in the school. That's why we have requested all the heads of the schools to maybe have a zero period, or maybe after assembly 10-15 minutes can be dedicatedly given to these questions which we are sharing with you all, because it is not a homework or it is not a classwork. It has to be done in the classroom with the help of the teacher, because sometimes some questions or some passages students may not be able to understand. So let them discuss it among themselves with the teachers and try to solve it. Don't make students learn it at home, my dear teachers. Homework we don't want to give. We want them to solve it in the classroom only, so that they enjoy it. Like some other teachers said, students are enjoying the questions, daily questions. So same way, this can be followed in most of the schools. Can we translate questions language to other language to understand? Of course, you can do that. There's no problem. You can use your regional language. You can use your mother tongue, because I know some schools, children will understand their mother tongue better. And in primary section, for them, the teachers, whatever they tell, they listen to the teachers. So here, the whole responsibility is on the teacher to make them understand the question and let them solve it, so that they develop that confidence of reading and understanding the passages, the questions, and selecting the MCQs. These were some of the questions which came from the teachers. If you all have any other question, any other query, please ask. We are here to help you all. See, the team, it's becoming bigger and bigger over here at SCRT. Teachers and head of the schools, we are here to help you all. And we want to help you all. So the query can come, questions can come. If you have any other suggestions to be made so that this particular activity becomes very good and very strong, please suggest. We are here. Only one thing we want to tell you all, that we have found that in the channels, the parents have also joined. So actually this activity should happen in the school itself with the help of the teachers. So we would request you all to request the parents to kindly leave the channel, because this is not a homework. This is activity to be practiced in the classroom, in the school, in playway method. Maybe you can have it with pairing, you can have, or you can have buddies in the classroom of the children. Something like that we have to do. Maybe 3 students sit together and they discuss it during recess or during library work or any other time. Please don't send it to home. And some parents may not understand. We don't know. They might send it to the tuition teacher. Then tuition teacher will be burdened with more work. So kindly avoid involving parents. Let teachers and students do it together, so that students can do better in their NAS. It depends on the teacher now, how you take this. or on the back of the notebook they can write. There's no problem, because this is with the syllabus only. Nothing comes out of the world. It is from the syllabus what students have studied, maybe studied. So you can have it on the notebook. There's no problem. Okay, so this part of being the parents, just tell the parents kindly leave the channels, so that this happens academically. Sometimes what happens, parents have more ideas which may not be gelling with us. So how do we tackle them? Then we cannot insult them, or we cannot say no to them. So better now only they leave the channel, and this activity happens between the child and the teacher, because teacher understands the level of the child better than the parents for academics. Okay, but sometimes the parents will complain that so much of homework is there, so much of things are there, plus this activity. So avoid having parents in this particular activity. Every day we share some circular, some questions in the channel. Kindly read that and participate in the activity which we are having. Now, here in the chat box, we will write the numbers of the coordinators, or I think we should send the circular. We'll send on WhatsApp channel only, whom you can contact for your subjects. Any queries are there, with the name and the cell number, we will put it and we will send it to you. You can get in touch with the people, the respective experts over here. Secondly, we wanted our children to become smart, because our teachers are smarter, right? They have to be the smartest. So, reading the passage, solving the passage, the questions is smart. Smartly, you have to do this work, because MCQ selecting or eliminating the wrong answers is also very, very important. If you're finding difficult in eliminating the wrong answers and all, kindly get in touch with the experts over here. We will explain to you all how to get the answers correctly.
We have a question here. Can we read the questions during mock test? I would recommend against it, because in the actual test, when it takes place on the decided date in November or December, you may not be allowed to do that. If the observer of a center is present there, then they may not allow it, because maybe for grade 3 it will be permitted, but for grade 6 and 9 it won't be permitted. So best is to, during mock test, at least don't read out to them. But for the daily questions, the weekly test, there you can definitely train them in a certain way, so that they are able to do it during the mock test.
And one more thing, teachers and heads, we would like to tell you all, the experts, the coordinators will be visiting the schools anytime. It will be a surprise visit just to see how it is happening, how the questions are being discussed with the students, how daily question is happening. So we are here to be the guide for the teachers and the students. So for this activity also be ready. Yes, sir. Please.
Okay, just information I would like to provide is this test that we are preparing, or the NAS exam, the Parak Rashtriya Sarvekshan, whatever you call it. Those test papers, they are not based on any syllabus as such, like Madam rightly pointed it out to us. It is not syllabus based, so you need not worry about which textbooks are being followed, whether it is the NCERT textbooks, CBSE textbooks. No. What is it actually based on is called as the learning outcomes, or the competencies, learning competencies, which are in the main focus. So where do you find these competencies or the learning outcomes? They are all available on the NCERT websites. You can just Google it out, learning competencies for primary education, secondary education, and you will find a PDF document, which is a public domain document available on the Google. So in that you will find something called as curricular goals, learning outcome, learning competencies, and using this. So say suppose if we are talking about ninth grade assessment, or we are talking about third grade assessment, then the third grade students will be assessed based on the competencies which they are supposed to acquire in grade 1 and 2, and few of the competencies of grade 3. Similarly, it is applied for grade 6, wherein they have to be good in competencies of grade 4 and 5, and few of the competencies of grade 6. Same applies to grade 9. So based on the competencies of the subject which are expected by the student to be learned, the testing and the papers are set in those manner.
Dear teachers and head of the schools, we see that our children also answer Olympiad questions. And they feel nice about it and they study for that. They have a particular syllabus. But here for our daily questions, the practice which we are giving, we don't have any syllabus. But we thought our children should practice these questions based on their previous knowledge and based on the textbooks, whichever is available around in our libraries, so that they are ready for National Achievement Survey, which is called as Parak, for this year and which is happening on 4th December. So we would like our children to do well and let the score come very high this year. Of course, with the help of the teachers and involvement of our students. So I wish you all the best. For any query, any questions, if you have, you may kindly get in touch with us. We will send you all the coordinator's name, cell number, experts, name, cell number, everything, so that you are in touch with us. And as I said earlier, let's increase the level of education in Goa. Thank you very much. And head of the schools, if you have any query, you may please ask in the chat. You can tell. If not, we have come to an end of this particular meeting with primary teachers and the primary heads of the schools, because we have to start with the next meeting and the same link has been provided to secondary heads and the school teachers.